Number 3, mental processing. I think one of the biggest roadblocks in getting over pain is this right here, is mental processing. So as humans, we can't not process. Okay, so I'll give an example. So I'm at location, I'm with a coach, I'm doing some deadlifts, and all of a sudden my lower back hurts. The very next thing that happens is mental processing. I start to kind of spiral. Okay, I was deadlifting. Was it the deadlifting that hurt my back? Well, yesterday I was gardening and I was bent over in my garden all day. So was it the gardening that did it? Well, the other week, I think maybe I felt a little bit of tweak in my back when I was getting laundry out of the laundry room. Well, and then this spiral starts to occur. And we put up these fear-based ideas around not just fitness, but around this sensation that is pain. And usually what happens is that we come to the conclusion, this mental processing, we come to the conclusion that it is exercise. It's either my training program in whole or a very specific exercise. So I use low back. A lot of us say, well, if it's low back, it was definitely deadlifts. I'm gonna take deadlifts out of my training for good because I got hurt. I think we need to understand, so I love this, the forebrain versus our lizard brain, right? So as we've evolved over time, humans have gotten smarter, we've climbed to the top of the food chain, which is all well and good, but with that came the forebrain, this processing, this thinking. I think some of us need to learn, just as much as I want to think through things, we want to continue educating ourselves, we want to get as sophisticated as we can regarding our training. I think sometimes it is important to use that lizard brain and to be able to just shut off. How many of us, let's say, we heavy benched one day and the next day we notice our shoulders a little tight when we wake up. And then what do we do the rest of the day? We start moving it. And we start saying, oh man, this doesn't feel good when I'm here. Ooh, this is real tight here. And then we start stretching it and we start moving it and oh man, this feels real good when I do this. Ooh, this doesn't feel good when I do that. And now we're taking up that cognitive space and that pain is now owning a huge chunk of real estate in your brain. You're constantly thinking about it. Let's look at the other side. I wake up, my shoulder's just a little bit tight, nothing crazy, and I move it and I say, whew, that's tight. I'm on with my day. I have now freed up a lot of mental processing for other things. I'm not thinking about it. That pain, that sensation moves on. I'm no longer filling up time, space, and energy worrying about did I or did I not hurt something? Regression towards the mean. So if we look back long enough ago, doctors used to tell us things like there's ghosts in your blood and they would prescribe us cocaine, right? And you laugh at me now, you say that's absolutely ridiculous, but we did this as a species and we believed in it, and crazily enough, it worked, right? For 2,000 years, we used leeches to cure almost everything, okay? Now, if we look at that at face value, if something stuck around in the health industry for 2,000 years, we would say that it is probably very effective. Until we start looking at something like regression towards the mean. So I go to the doctor. When do I go to the doctor? For most of us, we go to the doctor not when we're feeling healthy, not when we're feeling great. We go to the doctor pretty much when we've hit rock bottom. All right, I'm not feeling good. It's probably nothing, I put it off. A couple weeks go by, I'm still not feeling good. In fact, I'm feeling worse. My wife finally tells me, hey, you gotta go to the doctor. I go to the doctor prescribes me leeches. I get leeches thrown all over my body. A few days later, I'm feeling fantastic. What do I say? I say it had to be the leeches. What is it probably? It's probably regression towards the mean. I probably hit rock bottom and I'm getting better, right? Please don't assume I'm saying like never ever go to the doctor and your doctor is just filling you with a bunch of BS. What I am saying is a lot of times I'm in pain, I go out, I buy this fancy foam roller, I start foam rolling. My body, meanwhile, is taking care of itself because it is resilient, it is robust. I have now placed all of my attention and effort into the foam roller being what fixes me, and I've neglected the fact that as a human, I am made to be very resilient. I think it's important to understand we are nothing more, nothing less than just a meat wagon floating through space, right? And as such, I think sometimes we put a little too much emphasis on the fragility of us as a species when that's not true. If it were, we would all probably be dead, right? Think about it this way. I hear a lot of people saying, we'll go back to the foam roller, because I hate foam rollers. I use a foam roller to somehow manipulate or stretch out my fascia, which in turn makes my pain go away. If this were true, we would all be dead, because we would be so weak, so fragile, that anything pressing into us would cause so much manipulation that we would in turn either die or be maimed, right? I am not knocking the fact that you are not feeling better from something like a foam roller, but I think we have to understand it is not the foam roller or the voodoo floss or the percussion massage or whatever it is you want to put in there. It is your body doing what it needs to do to recover, to get better, to survive. I hope we can see that distinction there. I am very much pro humans being robust, strong individuals, and the body being what drives that adaptation, being what drives us to get better, not some type of implement or device which gets us better.